Think about the exact moment you caught her making a massive mistake. You had the absolute proof. The facts were right there on the table in front of both of you. You knew 100% she was totally wrong. You expected her to simply look down, feel a little bit of shame, and say the two easiest words in the English language: "I am sorry." But she did not say those words. Instead, she completely twisted the story. She raised her voice. She started crying. She suddenly brought up a tiny mistake you made 3 years ago. She turned the entire argument upside down. And somehow, through dark emotional magic, by the end of that horrible night, you were the one apologizing to her. You walked away feeling completely crazy, confused, and tired. This is not an accident. This is not just a woman being a little bit stubborn. This is a highly calculated, incredibly dangerous psychological weapon. When a woman absolutely refuses to apologize, she is showing you a fatal flaw in her character. And if you keep forgiving a woman who never says she is sorry, she will slowly and completely destroy your sanity. You have to understand the deep, hidden reason why a toxic woman cannot apologize. To a normal, healthy human being, saying sorry is just a way to fix a bridge. If you accidentally step on someone's foot, you say you are sorry, and everyone moves on. It is easy. But to a broken, highly manipulative woman, an apology is not about fixing a mistake. To her, an apology is a massive loss of power. Her entire ego is built on a very fragile illusion that she is perfect, and you are the lucky one to have her. If she admits that she was wrong, that illusion shatters. Her primal brain tells her that taking accountability makes her look weak. So, to protect her own ego, her brain automatically goes to war. She will literally break your reality just to avoid taking the blame for her own actions. She does this using a psychological trick called blame shifting. Let me tell you a real story about a man who fell completely into the blame shifting trap. He lost his money, his confidence, and his mind. We will call him Kevin. Kevin was a very hardworking, quiet guy. He gave his girlfriend his credit card to buy some basic groceries for the week. Instead of buying food, she went to the mall and spent $600 on designer shoes and clothes for herself. She completely drained the account they needed to pay the electricity bill. When Kevin saw the bank alert on his phone, he was shocked. He went home and calmly asked her why she spent the bill money on shoes. He had the bank statement right in his hand. The proof was undeniable. A normal woman would have felt terrible. A normal woman would have said, "I am so sorry, I completely lost control. I will take the shoes back to the store right now." But Kevin's girlfriend was an expert manipulator. She did not apologize. She looked at Kevin with absolute anger and yelled, "If you actually had a real job that paid good money, I would not have to stress about buying myself nice things. You never buy me anything. You make me feel so poor and miserable. If you were a real man, $600 would not even be a big deal." Kevin was totally stunned. He was the victim of her bad behavior. But suddenly, he was put on trial for not making enough money. Because Kevin was a nice guy who hated conflict. His brain panicked. He felt terrible that she felt poor. He completely forgot about the stolen money. He actually lowered his head and said, "You are right, I am sorry. I have been meaning to ask my boss for a raise. Please don't be mad." Kevin did not realize it. But in that exact moment, He handed over his entire soul. He allowed her to commit a crime against him. And then he apologized to her for getting robbed. When you do this, you completely destroy her biological respect for you. She looked at Kevin and realized he had absolutely no spine. She learned that she could do whatever she wanted, spend whatever she wanted, and if she just yelled loud enough, Kevin would take the blame. Kevin spent the next 3 years working himself to death, constantly apologizing for things he never even did, until she finally left him for a guy who made more money. Kevin is a loser in this dynamic because he tried to use logic against a person who uses chaos. When she flips the script on you, she is throwing a smoke bomb into the room. She wants to confuse you. If she cheats on you, and you catch her, she will not say sorry. She will say, "I only talked to him because you have been ignoring me for weeks. You pushed me into his arms. Do you see the dark magic?" She takes her dirty action, and she ties it directly to your character. She makes you the root cause of her terrible decisions. Let us look at another story to show you how deep this trap goes. This is the story of the false victim. We will call him Brian. Brian noticed his wife was coming home late every single Friday night. She always smelled like alcohol. But she told Brian she was just working late at the office. One Friday, Brian drove by her office. Her car was not there. He drove to the local bar, and he saw her car parked outside. When she finally came home, Brian confronted her. He did not yell. He just stated the facts. He told her he saw her car at the bar when she claimed she was working. She did not apologize for lying. She instantly started crying heavy, dramatic tears. She fell on the couch and screamed, "I cannot believe you are stalking me. You are a crazy, controlling creep. You do not trust me at all. I have to walk on eggshells because you are constantly spying on me. I feel completely suffocated in this marriage." Brian was holding the solid truth, but her tears made him feel like a monster. He spent the next 3 hours trying to calm her down, swearing he was not stalking her, and promising to trust her more. She completely escaped accountability. Brian became the bad guy for catching her in a lie. You have to wake up and realize that a woman who cannot say sorry is a woman who cannot ever truly love you. Love requires vulnerability. Love requires admitting when you hurt your partner. If she is physically incapable of saying, "I was wrong," she views you as an opponent, not a partner. You are just a punching bag for her to dump her mistakes on. So, how do you defeat this? How do you win against a woman who refuses to apologize? You have to learn the power of the absolute blank stare. You have to look at the story of a true winner. We will call him Marcus. Marcus was dating a very toxic woman who loved to shift the blame. They had plans to go to a very important dinner with his family. She showed up 2 hours late, completely ruining the dinner. When they got back home, Marcus calmly told her that her being late was highly disrespectful to his parents. She immediately tried the old trick. She raised her voice and said, "Well, if you had reminded me earlier, I would not have been late. You always expect me to remember everything. You put too much pressure on me." Marcus did not argue. He did not defend himself. He knew that arguing is exactly what she wanted. Arguing means she successfully changed the subject. Marcus just stood there. He looked her dead in the eyes with completely flat, emotionless energy. He let the silence stretch for 10 heavy seconds. Then he spoke in a very quiet, slow voice. He said, "You were 2 hours late. You ruined the dinner. I am not accepting the blame for your lack of responsibility. If you cannot be an adult and apologize for your own actions, you can pack your bags and go stay somewhere else tonight." He turned his back and walked into the bedroom. He removed his attention completely. She was completely shocked. Her smoke bomb did not work. Her blame shifting hit a solid brick wall. She realized that Marcus was completely unbothered by her emotional chaos. Because Marcus refused to accept her fake reality. She had absolutely nowhere to hide. 10 minutes later, she walked into the bedroom, looked at the floor, and gave him a real, genuine apology. Marcus won because he refused to pick up the garbage she threw at him. When a toxic woman tries to hand you the blame for her own mistake, you must imagine she is handing you a bag of rotting garbage. If you get defensive, if you start explaining yourself, you are taking the garbage and holding it. You must look at the garbage. Keep your hands in your pockets and let it fall to the floor. You tell her, "I hear what you are saying, but you are trying to change the subject. We are talking about your lie. We are talking about your mistake. Until you can take accountability for what you did, this conversation is completely over." Then you walk away. You go to the gym. You go read a book. You completely cut off her supply of your attention. You will quickly find out exactly who she is. If she eventually calms down and apologizes, she might be worth saving. But if she continues to scream, if she packs her bags, or if she never brings it up again, you have your answer. She would rather lose you entirely than face her own bruised ego. And if that is the case, you must let her go. You cannot build a future with a woman who is always right. A relationship without accountability is just a ticking time bomb waiting to destroy your life. Protect your reality. Do not ever let someone convince you that you are crazy for seeing the absolute truth. I want you to go down to the comment section right now and answer this very smart question. I want to read your exact experiences. What is the absolute craziest, most ridiculous way a woman has ever twisted a story to try and make her own massive mistake look like it was actually your fault? Did she blame you for her being late? Did she try to blame you because she broke her own phone? Write your story down in the comments. Let us expose these crazy psychological tricks so the younger brothers can read them and learn how to dodge the exact same traps. Stand strong. Keep your logic sharp. And never apologize for something you did not do.